Okay, so for my links page, first we need service ready. Okay, entity is already ready. And if we go to service in link service, if we'll see right now we have only one method, create link async. We need one more method for it, which will return the links, generated links for the currently logged in user. All right, so let's go to DTOs. In DTO we have this link DTO, so we are going to use this only. Go to link service, go to ilink service, this interface, we'll go to this interface, and here we'll create one more method. We'll say task link DTO, array of link DTO, the return type is going to be this, and here we could say get links, maybe by user. Okay, and here we are going to get a parameter string user ID. All right, now we will have paging as well on this, and we are going to use quick grid. So we'll follow the parameters which quick grid gives us, so we'll follow those start index and page size thing. So let's add other parameters as well to this get links by user. So int start index, then int page size, and we are going to have one toggle kind of button on that page my links, which will toggle if you want to show all the links or just active links which are active right now. So for that we are going to get a flag here, bool active only. So this is our interface method. All right, now let's go to link service. Now we need to implement this method. So implement interface, we have this get links by user. First thing we'll add async. Then now we will create our context. So await using var context equals underscore context factory dot create db context. All right, now here because we want to apply this paging and this condition, so we will use deferred execution from link queue. So we'll generate our query in multiple parts. So first thing we'll say var query equals, here we are going to say context dot links dot where. So first thing we need l dot user id, it should be this given user id. This is the first case. All right, after that we will have a check for active only. If this active only is true, then we'll modify our query to query equals query dot where l dot is active. So wherever l is active, return those only. So if you are familiar with link queue, this is not executing right now, we are just generating this query. It will be executed once we materialize this. All right, so this is fine. After this, in order to work with quick grid to show the paging, we need two things. First, we need records for that particular page, and we need total number of records as well, so that quick grid can generate those page numbers, page 1 2 3 and next and previous pages, all those stuff. So here we need, first thing we need total item count or maybe total count. So this total count, we'll say await query dot count async, and after that now we'll get our links on this await query, on this query. Now on this query what we are going to do, we'll simply say var, not var, query dot skip start index, just skip these items, then take page size. So this is for paging. After that we'll say select, now we need our link DTO. Okay, so we'll say var link DTO, and we are going to fill all these values, id, long URL, is active, and short URL. All right, and there is some issue. What is it? Queryable does not contain a definition for get awaiter. Yeah. Alright, after select, we'll say dot to array async. And our data should be ready now. We have total count in total count and then links. This is an array of linked DTO. Now we are good with this. Now from here, we need to return these two pieces of data. So for this, what we'll do, we'll simply create a model for paged results. So for that, we'll go to our DTOs. So inside our DTO, we are going to create a new class. We'll call it paged result. All right. And this is going to be a record. And this is going to be a generic type. So T result. And first thing, we will have all the items. So records. And then second, we'll have int total count. Now we'll return this paged result from here. So let's go to interface. Let's change the return type. It should be paged result of linked DTO. Alright, now go to our implementation, and here also we are going to change this. So we'll say paged result of linked DTO. And now from here we are going to return new paged result linked DTO. First we'll provide records, which is links array, and then total count. And now our method is ready. We are returning. Alright. So this is fine if we are running on server, but if we are running on client, so it should come from API, through API basically. So let's do that part. We'll go to endpoints and link endpoints. Alright. And here, after this map post, we will add one more. We'll say app.map get. This is going to be a get request. Okay, then slash API slash links. We need all the links. Then async. And here we will have I link service. Link service. And we need user. So for that, we'll simply have claims principal as a parameter. Principal, both of these will be provided by this ASP.NET Core only. Okay, now from here, now from this, first thing we will get a user ID, so which is this. So we can have this thing here. First we'll get the user ID from this principal, and now we have user ID. After this, we'll simply have our page result, which will be await link service dot get links by user, and we need to provide user ID and other things as well. Now when we say other things, all those parameters, start index, page size, active only, these things we need, and all these are going to be part of query string parameters. So whatever query string parameters we have, we can directly have those here. So we'll have int start index, int page size, and bool active only. Then we can provide all these things. So get links by user, user ID, then start index, then page size, then active only. Now we have this page result. We need to return this. So we'll say return results.ok page result. So our API endpoint is ready. Now this should also be authorized, right? It should also be protected. So here we'll say require authorization. Now if you see this URL part and this require authorization, we need to repeat it. Okay, for other endpoints also we are going to repeat these things. So what we can do, we can simply have a group of these routes, these endpoints. We'll have a group, and then we'll have direct things. So what we'll do, we'll say var, let's say links group. Here we'll say app.map group, Inside this we can provide the URL, base URL. So base URL for us is going to be API/links, and we can add additional stuff on this. So here we'll say require authorization directly here. Now instead of this app.map post, what we can do, we can simply use links group dot map post. Now how this is going to work, this will take URL prefix from this group and then append whatever we are adding here. But for this post part, we don't need anything apart from this API/links. So what we can do, we can simply remove this from here. Now it will be /API/links direct. Same thing we'll do here with app.map get. Here also blank because this is get request, so it will use this API/links only. Now we can remove this require authorization from here and from this map get, because this we have, and this should be links group, this app, because we have already applied this require authorization on a group level. So this is going to work as expected. All right, so save everything, and now we are good with map get. Now server side we are ready. Now let's go to Refit. In client project services iLink API, here we will define that second method. So it will be same task of page result of link DTO, and this name is up to us. Whatever we want, we can name it, but let's use the same get links by user async. Did I miss async on that? Yeah, it should be get links by user async. So get links by user async, and here we'll have the same parameters. First thing, string user ID. Do we have user ID here? We can provide any user ID, but it will be actually provided by the no, we don't need this user ID for this thing, for this endpoint, because we are getting that user ID in our endpoint from our claims, right? From claims principle. So we don't need to pass this. So we'll not pass that user ID. But apart from that, all other stuff, start index, int page size, and bool active only. These things we'll have here. Now we'll add this HTTP verb attribute here. So it is going to be a get request, and the URL is going to be API/links, the same URL. All right. Now our iLink API is ready. Now let's go to link API proxy. So here we will simply implement that additional method, this method. Now from here, what we'll do, we'll simply say underscore link API dot get links by user async, and then we can provide start index page size active only. We are skipping this user ID here, right? But we need to have it as a parameter here because this is the signature from interface, so we can safely ignore it. We are sure that from API, in API side, from endpoint, it is going to get it from the claim, so we are good with this. All right, now all the pieces are done for the complete flow. Now we can directly work on actual UI. All right, so this page is going to be interactive. So we'll go to blazing URL.client project. Here we have this pages folder. Inside this pages folder, what I am going to do, I am going to create one more folder named app / here I'll say my links.razor. This is going to be our page, and the URL for this is going to be page attribute /app/my links. All right, now we can inject our navigation manager. First thing, navigation manager, then we can inject our iLink service, link service. All right, now inside this code, let's have a piece of state. We will have private and then link DTO, array of link DTO. We'll say underscore links. We'll initialize it with this uh, blank array. And something missed, something got missed. Private link DTO underscore links, everything is fine. And something is not right with Visual Studio. Let's close this file, mylink.razor, and let's open it again. And again. Alright, so I'm going to close the Visual Studio and open it again. Okay, now the error is gone. Alright, now we'll use our on initialized async method. We are overriding it. And here what we'll do, we'll simply say var paged result equals await, and this is going to be link service dot get links by user async. And here for now user ID we can discard it. Then start index, let's say 0. Page size, let's say I don't know, 10. Active only false. Let's have it string.empty for now. This is not required for this method to run actually. So page result, and because this is a record, we can simply do this. We can have, let's say, links comma count. So we will have links as a link DTO and count as a total count. And after that we can simply say links equals links like this, or we can simply remove this. We can have this underscore links here and this var count like this. And now we will have this underscore links filled with the actual links. Now inside this, let's quickly, first thing we will have the same UI, initial UI. So let's go to maybe home page. So we'll go to home page, components, pages, and home. Here we have this section content, page title, and then this row. So we'll use this thing there. So here we'll have my links, then section content. And now for section content, yeah, now we are going to have one more issue with this. Okay, we'll fix this, but section content, it is not getting picked up. The reason is the section content is not added in our underscore imports.razor page for a client project, but it is there in the server project. So this using Microsoft ASP.NET Core.component.sections. So let's copy this. Let's go to the underscore imports.razor for the client project, and here let's add it. Now if we go to our my links page, it should get filled. Yes, we can see this section content, and here we are going to say my links, and now we are good. Now after this, let's do this. We'll say div class row, and inside this we are going to simply have a UL for now. And after that we'll apply a for each var link in underscore links, and here we'll have li @link dot, let's say short URL hyphen @link dot long URL, just to see if we are getting the data. So the URL is /app/mylinks. Let's check this is the same URL in our navbar. So we'll go to our Blazing URLs main project, components, layout, nav menu, and here for my links we have app/mylinks. So the URL is correct. Let's run it, and we have some error. Let's see what it is. Page result, what is it? Error list, we missed something. Doubles semicolon. Okay, All right, this was the issue. Now before continuing, I just uh, realized that we have not added the render mode on this page. So by default it will run in SSR mode. That is not what we want for this particular page, because we are going to have interactivity on this page. We are going to have copy, we are going to have edit and delete functionality on this page. So this page is going to be interactive. So we want this to be interactive. So what we'll do, we'll simply set the render mode for this @render mode. And because this is interactive and we don't need, this is not related to SEO, so we can simply disable pre-rendering. Okay, there is no point of rendering it on server then again render it on client, because we can directly render it on client, so we can skip the server rendering. So here we'll say @render mode new interactive auto render mode, and inside this we can provide pre-render false. Now let's run it. Okay, so it is here. Now if you go to my links page, there is nothing. And why so? Let's see if we have some error. Error is not there, and this thing got run actually. But we cannot see anything here. Let's quickly see if anything got rendered or not at all. We are here, we have this row, we have UL without anything. If we go to network tab and let's try to refresh this page. Now we can see this. Initially there was nothing on this page, right? Let's close this and try to run it again. I know there is one missing piece, but still that should work with the ally, but it is not working. So we'll see what is it. My links, and we cannot see anything. Oh, now we can see these. All right, but heading, you see, we can't see that heading. We can see the links but not heading. All right, so for that heading, now the point is we are setting the section content, right? We are setting it with my links, but from where this section content is coming, that means where is this section outlet defined with this heading? If we check it, where is it? If we check it, it's in main layout, which is in main project, and this section content or this section outlet, this is not interactive. So that means when it gets rendered, it is whatever it is for the first time. On home page, we are seeing that because the home page is actually home page, login page and register page. All these three pages are statically server side rendered, so it exists there. But when we go to this interactive pages, interactive auto render mode, in this case this my links page, this section is not interactive. So initially it was blank, there was nothing inside this, so that's why we can't see anything. Now we need to make it interactive. Now we can have multiple approaches for this. If we make it interactive here only, that is not a good approach in my opinion, because that now this section will be enforced by statically server side rendered pages as well. But for those pages we don't need this interactive. All right, so I'm going to take a different route for this. So first we'll fix this thing. After that we'll design the my links UI, the UI for all these links. All right. So for this, what we'll do, we will have one more layout, which is going to have this section as interactive. Okay, and that interactive thing, that is going to be go inside this client project. So inside this, in pages, or maybe we can create a new layout folder here, layout / here we'll say interactive interactive main layout. I'm naming this interactive main layout razor. All right. Now for this thing, first thing, it should inherit from layout component base, so that it is layout and we can have access to @body. @body. Now before this body we need that section, so we'll say section outlet, and we can have section name here. We have that heading, and on this page we'll set render mode equals interactive auto, and now we are good. But now if we and we need to set the layout for this page inside this app. On my links page we need to define that layout, that for this page the layout we need, that is interactive main layout, and we cannot see that interactive main layout. This is the thing. Now this time if we run it, this everything, the UI is going to be distorted for this page. The reason is by default it was using main layout. On main layout we have everything, the header, that color, that styling, all those things. But on this interactive main layout we don't have anything. It is directly a section and direct body. So we need both of these designs. We need design from the main layout, and then we need to add this section outlet for this, and we'll add other things as well on top of that main layout. So in Blazor we have nested layout concept. So this interactive layout, interactive main layout, we are going to use it as a nested layout. So how we can do this? How can we make nested layouts? On any layout we can simply define layout property, and here we can define our main layout, that this is a layout, but on this page also there is a layout which is main layout. So this is going to be a nested layout. Now we have one problem. The problem is this main layout exists in the main project. The dependency direction is not this. So we cannot access anything from the main project into client project. Alright, but we can access anything from client to main. So what we will do in this case, we'll go to Blazing URLs project, we'll go to components, we'll go to layout, and we are going to cut both of these, main layout and nav menu. We are going to cut both of these, and we'll paste this inside this client layout folder. Alright, now we have this here. And from the main project we can remove this layout now. And now we go to interactive main layout, we can access main layouts, it is fine. But now other things will break. So the using statements are going to break, so we can fix these. So we'll go to components, we'll go to underscore imports.razor. Here everything looks fine, right? Yes. If we check in app, everything is fine. If we go to routes, there is one problem. This default layout.main layout. So now this does not belong directly in layout. It belongs in client.layout.main layout. So it got fixed. Now it should have somewhere in components account as well. So pages underscore imports. Here we have account layout. If you go to account layout, which will be in shared account layout, here also we have this main layout. So now this is not here at this place, it is at this place, blazing urls.client.layout.main layout. So now we fix this as well. Now everything is fine, everything will work fine, but there is only one problem now. Now we have this section outlet here in interactive main layout with the section name as heading, and we have the same section. And now after login action this is not working. Why so? Blazing URL client shared component, let's add this. Alright, in all this main layout also we have this section outlet with the same section name. Now there cannot be multiple section outlets with the same name in a complete hierarchy, the complete component tree. So right now the main is main layout, where we have the section outlet with the name heading. After this we have interactive main layout. Here we have another section layout, the section outlet with same name. So it cannot be same name. We cannot have two section outlets with same name. So we need to change this. So here we'll say interactive heading, or maybe we can say client heading. So now these are two different that what we say two different section outlets. So on the statically server side rendered pages, SSR pages, this thing is going to work, section outlet, section name, heading. And all the interactive pages where the layout is this interactive main layout, for those pages we are going to use this client heading. All right, now if we go to our page, which is our my links page, here we have this section content. So we are going to change this section name to client heading. Now we'll save it. Let's run it. We should see home page same as before, and we should see this change on the my links page. It is coming. There is some error. Let's see if that error, is there any error in console? No, there is no error. And sometimes we need to hard refresh it. So now we can see this is saved. Now if we go to my links page, here we can see my links, and then all these things are coming. So this takes some time, and at that time we can show loader, but we'll work on that later. No, not later, next. So now we can see my links is here. If you go to home page's heading is also here. That means both of these layouts are working, and this section outlet and section content is working as expected. All right, now next thing is designing this thing and adding that loader and all that stuff. All right, let's close all but this, because we'll work on this mylinks.razor page only.